Yep.
All right. Let's get started. Everybody ready for pledge? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First thing is the approval of minutes. We've got a few here. I need a motion for the approval of minutes on 9/19, which was just me and Ernie.
Approve.
Second.
So Ernie makes a motion, and I'll second since Fred wasn't here. All in favor, say aye.
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 The minutes from 10/17, Ernie was here via telephone, but me and Fred were actually in attendance, so I need a motion for that one.
I make a motion.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then 10/23 was our executive session. I need a motion for that one. We were all present for that one, so
I'll make a motion.
second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, that one's done. All right. Old business, give an update real quick on the hiring for the police chief position. Just to give everybody an overview of the process, in August, the town council unanimously approved the use of an HR firm. September, HR posted the job, collected applications. That process ended on October 7th. The HR firm verified references, work history, and all other things HR departments normally do. We met with HR on October 23rd to discuss the candidates and separate them into two tiers. An outside agency was found to conduct background checks on those applicants. This last Friday, November 22nd, we conducted those interviews. The applicants we interviewed are highly qualified, highly experienced, and I was pretty impressed anyway. And we've got a hard decision ahead of us. Background checks are not yet completed. They're taking a little longer than we expected. But once we get those, we'll deliberate and make a decision and hopefully have one for you soon. That's the update. Anything else from the commission on old business?
Me.
Got anything for us, Kevin?
I only have one question, and this is only for scheduling. We've got some scheduling issues coming up because one of our officers is going to be out doing some medical leave. Is anything that you're doing going to adjust the schedule until the end of the year?
I don't think so.
So I can go ahead and schedule what we've got regardless
Yeah,
of
what
what
you
you
need to
guys
do.
don't
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Charles, got anything under old business?
Nothing under old business.
New business, guys? Got anything new?
Not me.
I just got a list of things.
Go for
That's
it, Kevin.
okay.
Yeah?
The new hires, well, Officer Vaughn, he's going to seconds. He started seconds, I think, today, if I remember right. And we're putting him on that shift, and hopefully here we can engage him in the next couple of weeks and maybe get him out on the road, maybe by the end of the year. Officer Leaf and Officer Martin, they are supposed to graduate on the 27th of December. We have 3 people left in the current process that we have going on now, and we're in the process of scheduling interviews for those guys. We're probably going to have to immediately, after that's done, start another process because we are going to have some openings.
Right.
I know he's not made it unknown that Officer Egan is in the Morgan County Sheriff's Department's process, and it's looking, unfortunately, pretty good that he will probably go. At least that's the gist I'm getting from him. Recalls, we've almost got all the recalls done on all of our vehicles. I'll do the stats real quick. We had, for October 2019, we had 196 incident reports, 47 arrest reports, 84 citations, 193 warnings, 1,644 CAD calls, 37 accident reports, 34 of those were property damage, 1 was personal injury, and 1 was a hit and run, and we had 1 fatality. Overtime was 105, comp time was 152, mileage for across the board was 19,845. Officer Cooper had 16 hours reserve time. Officer Hamilton had 69.5 hours reserve time. Officer Johnson 6 hours. Officer Snyder 19.5.
All right.
And we have hired 1 part-time dispatcher. She's currently in training, and we are looking at another one. Is that from what Amanda has told me? We're getting ready to end our No Shave November, which a lot of people are kind of upset about that. We've had good positive feedback on the beard, so that's a good thing. We have two special events currently coming up. One involves the whole town, which is Victorian Christmas. Friday night, 12/6, they're gonna have the tree lighting, and that's gonna be from 5 to 9 o'clock. And then on Saturday, they'll have it from 0900 to 1700. We've already got that staffed with officers, and I plan on being out there for a little bit myself. And I've told Shane he needs to show up too, so.
Are you gonna put him in a uniform, or?
Santa.
Yeah, maybe we'll get him a white beard or something. We have All Around Town coming up. That's just an event that Northwood has asked us to assist with. Officer Chipman, Officer Egan, and Ms. Carnell are going to assist with that. Other than that, we have our Christmas party on the 18th. I've repassed out to get RSVPs. Casey kind of needs that. So she gets a really good count of who's going to be there. So if you know anybody, you know any retirees, I think Darlene's trying to email some of the retirees that are not regularly come by or anything like that and let them know about the Christmas party.
Cool.
That's all I have.
All right. Charles, you got new business?
Yes, I do. Members of the commission, the November meeting is when I traditionally present for your consideration a renewal of my legal services agreement for the following calendar year, in this case 2020. And you have in front of you the letter of understanding and the invoice for next year. I continue to be very proud to provide legal services to the Merit Commission, the Police Commission. In fact, I've been doing this for the last 17 years, providing legal services for this fine organization. The invoice and the letter of understanding has not changed from last year. The conditions are the same, including the fee. In fact, the conditions and the fee has not changed for the last 17 years. I have not asked for a fee increase during that entire time period, and there's no fee increase request in this one. So I present that for your consideration. As I said before, it would be an honor for me to continue to be your attorney for the next year.
Do I have a motion to approve that invoice? Renew his contract?
I make a motion.
All right, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
There you go. That was easy, right? Anything else, Charles?
No, I want to thank you for your confidence in me, and I look forward to working with you as we have this year on a variety of matters that will come our way.
All right. Any questions, comments?
I have a question, comment.
Sure.
Jeff Cook, Councilman-elect, I'll be taking office January 1. Obviously, Danny, I was at the last time board meeting with you. This hiring of the chief process, I feel, has been put on fast forward. And as a matter of fact, I know it's been put on fast forward. I've got a problem with that. The board is changing January 1. We're at the end of the year. This board that's currently on there is going to have maybe 2 weeks to work with this new chief. I'm asking you to put it on hold until January 1. Does this board have a problem doing that?
I mean,
we've done interviews without backgrounds. You know, that's the cart in front of the horse, and there's reasons behind that.
if we feel like we need a second round of interviews because of them, we'll
Well, I've
definitely do that as
recommended
well.
that,
Yeah,
that probably needs to
Yeah.
happen. You know, that's gonna push it farther out, you know.
Sure.
I just feel that the new board should be able to look at that. I mean, it's gonna be a department head we're working with.
Well, I understand your concern, certainly. I mean, our goal is to do what's best for this department. And I don't know if that'll necessarily change just because you guys take office, but,
Oh, I think it will.
okay. But I don't want to rush a process, and I don't want to delay.
And Danny, it's rushed right now.
I
Why did
mean,
you guys bump the interviews up before a background's even done?
we expected them to be done. They're
But
taking,
they're not.
but I'm not going to rush them.
Okay, I know you're not rushing it, but you sped the interview process up,
That was when we scheduled that with HR at a time when they would be available.
okay?
That's why they were done when they were
You're not
done.
supposed to have a final selection until December 27th. What's
Okay.
the date today?
I don't know, November
Today's
26th? Where
So,
did
I
you
mean,
get
you're a
that
month
date?
ahead of schedule.
We don't know where you're getting that date, so.
Well, it's black and white. Danny was provided to you.
If you're talking about the estimated time frame that the
Exactly what
HR
I'm talking
put
about.
out, that, they also
That
expected us to get 100 applicants and have to sort through them and do 2 rounds of interviews. We did not get 100 applicants,
Right.
and we may or may not need 2 rounds of interviews.
Okay, but you guys bumped the interview process up.
When we discovered we
before
didn't get
Thanksgiving.
100 applicants, we only had, a handful.
So what's the hurry? Why not wait until the backgrounds are done?
We expected them to be done before that?
Right? There's still people in this process. You guys got it narrowed down to 2, okay? There was a total of 9, and those 9 are still being told that they're in the process. They're still in the running. They've yet to receive letters saying, hey, you're no longer being considered. Some of them are employees.
So, the way HR explained it to us, should we decide that none of those top-tier applicants are good enough or not what we desire, then we would move to the next round, next tier of applicants. So they're technically not out of the process until the process is done.
It's just backwards. And that's why I'm asking, does this board have a problem waiting until January 1?
I mean, I don't know when the process will be completely done.
I can hear you.
I said, I can't tell you exactly when the process is going to be completely done. Because, I mean, the process is the process. We want to make sure we do everything properly. If it's done in mid-December, is that a problem?
Well, sure, absolutely, because like I said, Danny, there is a new board coming on.
Okay.
January 1, there will be a new board.
And once we make our recommendation, then you and the current members of the town council can figure out when you're going to approve it. I mean, but I don't see how waiting an extra couple of weeks is going to change our decision. You know what I mean? I can't control what you guys do on the town council level.
What I'm saying is this board is hiring somebody they're gonna work 2 weeks with, and we got the next 4 years with.
Nobody starts till you guys approve it anyway, right?
Well, if the board approves it before you're on, or if they do.
I don't know when it'll be done, so I don't even know if they'll have an opportunity to do that.
Okay, so if not, we're talking a couple weeks. Can you put it off until January 1? That's what I'm asking tonight. Do you guys have a problem with that? Fred, do you have a problem with
No,
that?
I'll put it off.
Ernie, how about you? Do you have a problem with, I mean, what's the hurry?
No, I do have a problem
You do?
because we were given a job to do.
Yeah, I understand.
And what we do, we turn it over to the council.
I
And
understand.
the council, if they want to hold that, then that's up to them,
Okay,
not us. They're the one,
Understand.
we work for them.
okay. Well, understand whoever you guys hire, make sure they're perfectly clear that they could be a police, regular patrolman January 1 versus a police chief.
Okay.
So that goes.
All right, very good, as long as you're aware of it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Jeff.
Anyone else?
Shane Williams. I just have a question, a process question.
Sure.
Were police officers allowed input into the decision at all? Were they given an opportunity?
Well, I don't know about these guys, but I've certainly got a lot of calls. We've gotten a lot of messages. We've gotten letters. The survey we did actually informed us greatly on the qualities we were looking for when we talked to HR, right, Fred?
All right?
It played a big role in the questions we decided to ask during the interviews because we heard what the officers are saying, and we know what they're looking for in the next chief, and those are the qualities we're trying to go out and find. So, yeah, the officers are being heard, maybe not voting on specific candidates or whatever, because it is a hiring process, but, and a lot of officers have made it known, if they favor, someone internally especially. So, yeah, they're being heard, and they can reach out to us at any time and make their preferences known.
Question. I understand you guys are going to be going through and making a decision, but because of the gravity and the ability to work with the officers here, is there going to be a team fit interview as part of that process?
It's a good question. And I'm going to say that probably depends on who we select. Or who we're favoring, then, yeah, we might have to do something like that.
As a citizen and a professional in the IT industry, I would highly recommend a team fit interview because without a cohesive team,
Sure,
you're not going to be successful.
it's a solid point.
Thank
I
you.
agree.
Anyone else?
Basically, as an HR professional, anytime you use a background company that's reputable, they're gonna give you an ETA on a background. Do you have an estimated time of completion for those? That might ease some of those tension
Sure,
questions.
sure.
around
We
this.
were told mid-December. And it's another department that's doing it for us, so, like a different police department, so.
The backgrounds are done.
That's news.
I just like to echo Jeff's sentiments, though. I think this was a pretty big change election. I think the public would rather the new council make a big decision. I really believe that from the feedback I'm getting. And that's the standpoint from which I come, is what the public, what I think the public's wanting, which is to not allow the current council to make huge decisions.
Sure.
And I do think it's not really as fair to the new chief to take over in a situation, in an uncertain situation like that, because it's just, you know, it's already, the thing's been through enough already that I think it's another potential mess up if it's too early. That's kind of what I'm worried about.
Well, we're trying not to consider any politics in this. We're just trying to do what's right for the department. And so, like I said, once we're done, it's up to you guys to fight that out, I guess.
Politics or just the practicality of a new situation, you know.
Right. Anyone else?
This process took the personality out of it. It was a professional job. HR did a good job.
I seriously, I would concur with Ernie that having HR involved in this process made the interviews more professional. It made them more timely and on task. It certainly helped us go through a much more professional process than would have happened otherwise. And I do highly recommend it. I hope Mooresville continues to use a process like this because it was good in finding quality candidates that met our criteria. And the interviews were all very good. And they were qualified people, and like I said, we have a tough decision ahead of us. And we're still working on it. Anything else? Guys?
But we're like you and Jeff and Shane and everybody else. We're as much as interested here because we live here. And we want the town to be good. We want the police department to be good. We want to be the best it can be. We got a nice town here living.
Agreed.
So I don't think we've rushed it, Jeff. I think we were given a job and HR took over and they told us when to meet.
Early, I understand, and I appreciate what you've done, okay? I'm not taking anything away from that. I know it's been rushed. I know it has.
Yeah.
I've been around this town a long time, Ernie, and obviously I'm very passionate about this place,
Yeah.
okay?
I don't-
And I know the facts, and I know what's going on behind the scenes. That's what makes it a little tougher, you know? Danny, I disagree with you. I'd rather taken that 12 grand divided it by 22, okay? We could have done this process without outfit out of Muncie, Indiana, telling Mooresville, Indiana who to hire. We could have done that.
They didn't.
We could have.
They didn't tell us.
Well, they're running the process, Ernie.
They're aiding us. There's a difference between telling us what to do and telling us how to conduct one professionally. I mean, I've never hired anybody before. You, Ernie?
Yeah.
Have you? All right. I mean,
But that's a standard form they have.
I understand.
It's like when you go into business, you give them a Harvard business test
Sure.
of 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Everybody gets it.
Right.
But this is a standard.
I understand.
And it takes your personality out of it.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, everybody's got the town's best interest into it, and that's what we've been elected to do.
Yeah.
And you guys are appointed, and, change is coming, you know, from not just this board, other boards, this town, you know, and, we've got to look out moving forward.
Yeah, you probably know more than I do, but I haven't felt pressured at all.
Yeah, good, good. There's a lot of stuff you don't know already.
Well, I'm learning.
So, I understand. I'll show you the way.
You can teach an old dog new tricks.
I can. So, that's all I'm asking. You got just 2 weeks. I don't know why 2 weeks means a lot to you guys.
it doesn't.
It means a lot to us.
But I mean, if we wait till January, it'd be what, mid-January?
Now, if you guys got a name, we'll look at it. It ain't gonna take us that
That's
long.
all I'm asking.
We can schedule a meeting. We can hold, all we gotta do is advertise it and hold it. We don't have to wait till the first meeting, of the month.
That's all I'm asking. When
that's all we're
when it's
asking.
done, we want to inform the public as soon as we can, right?
So let's do
But
it.
when it's done, right?
Then let's wait. Since we're on the same page, let's wait till January. We'll promise you a special meeting in January to bring us a name. Is that asking too much?
I mean,
That's what you're telling me. You've got the best interest, so do we. You know, there's a new board, so let's wait. Let's work together. Are you against that?
I'm not against it.
Then
My
let's
my
do it.
point is the process is done when it's done. Why would we wait 3 weeks to tell the public?
It ain't gonna be 3 weeks.
Well, or whatever, because I don't know when it's gonna be done,
Christmas,
right?
Families are traveling.
If it happens around Christmas time, we probably won't be able to meet, so it could be January. I'm just saying, I don't know when it's gonna be done. It'll be done when it's done.
We got scheduling conflicts with the interim chief here. Look, we're rushing it. Let's slow down a little bit. Things are going good right now. It's not something that's.
I don't
pressing.
feel like we are rushing it, but okay.
So can we wait till January?
I'll let you know when we get there, when we have a name, and we'll see where we're
not
at.
gonna have another meeting until you pull a special one, because there's normally not a meeting in December.
The next meeting we have will probably be an executive session when we get the background checks to deliberate, whenever that is.
Okay, and then you've got to schedule second interviews.
Maybe.
Maybe. You're gonna hire somebody looking at a background and not question their background? You got due diligence, Danny. I mean,
I understand. And if there are questions that come up in the background, we'll schedule more interviews.
I just don't see a problem why we couldn't wait till January and work together, you know? Again, this is all showing proof that we're pushing this along as fast as we can. You know, and it just needs to be slowed down.
I'm not trying to speed it up or slow it down. When it's done, it's done.
Okay.
It could be, I mean, if it takes another couple months, then it takes another couple months. If we have a name in a couple of weeks, which I don't see happening, but if we did, then we would announce it, and then, like I said, then it's in your court.
Okay, so we're talking a couple of weeks. I mean, I don't know why you couldn't wait. You know, I mean, it's all about working together, I thought, and clearly it's not happening.
I really don't want to get in the middle of whatever you guys got going on with the current town council. I just want to do our job and be done.
Okay.
That's it.
All you do is ask, Danny.
Sure,
You know?
and I appreciate it.
Sure.
But you know the current town council is going to vote on it if they can.
I mean, I don't know what the timing will be like. I don't even know if they'll have that opportunity.
You know they will try to get it done before they're gone. So why would you not try to work with new board members that are coming in, that are gonna be in for 4 years, as opposed to the ones that are going to be gone? It doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, you're on the current town council, talk to them about it.
Right, yeah, because that gets real far. We all know that my word has no say.
All right. Well, I mean, we'll certainly take it under advisement, Jeff. I mean, like I said, when we meet in our executive session, we'll discuss when we're gonna announce it. Is that fair?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
My thing is, when I'm asked, do I care to wait? My answer was no. We got 3 town council members who are asking us to. I see what the point is, because if we do come up with a name and we're 2 weeks out, why would we strap them with the new police chief? Why wouldn't we wait to just hold the name and then give it to them and let them make the decision? I
Well, I
don't,
think my point is the second town council meeting in December is like December 17th. If we don't even get the background checks till the middle of December,
okay.
I mean, it falls to them anyway, right?
All right.
I mean, why would we wait a whole nother month? I could celebrate my birthday is on December 31st and not have the Damocles dagger hanging over my head.
Wow.
Is Kevin, everyone is happy with Kevin's performance so far, right? So why, if he's doing his job properly, then why can we not wait until January and we can all find a date where we can meet, and we will promise you that. Why would we not? If the department, I have not.
I guess I just don't see the big deal. I mean, if it's that big a deal to you guys, I'm sure we can work something out.
That would be wonderful, because I have not heard one complaint about the department from anybody since Kevin has taken over.
I would agree, Kevin's doing a great job.
I would agree.
Thank you.
Is that a form of a motion or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right, let's get out of here.
That's it.
So you need our signatures.
I just don't understand the
19th?
big deal, I guess.
Next week's 19th.
Yeah, well, that's our next regularly scheduled. Well, I'm sure we'll have an
Oh,
executive
we're not
session in there somewhere,
I
yeah.
thought
Don't you want to keep that?
Since you guys made that motion, Charles, you have to take it to the town board.
That's a good question. I don't think so, it's in our budget already, but I'll ask that question.
And I don't know how that works though, because I don't know if they normally.
I will make sure to find out.
Did they normally pay you